Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the SJR Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Luke Young, and today I'm joined by Dylan Sansone, Sean Guy, and Chase Cleary. Today we are talking about the NFL. So, Sean, let's start with you. What did you notice from last week's games?
I think last week the Patriots were simply they're unbelievable. Week in, week out, they just come out. What are they, 8 straight now? I mean,
something like that.
I mean, every single week, like Mike Vrabel effect, it's real, man. You saw it in Tennessee. Chase, what do you think, man?
A lot of interesting games, like some come down to the wire. Monday Night Football, close one, defensive matchup.
Ugly.
Dylan?
I agree. Agree with Sean towards the Patriots. I think they're on a hot streak now, and a lot of teams improving that we thought weren't contenders, and a lot of teams that are going on a downward spiral.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Chiefs and Broncos because I said this before we started. It's definitely a surprise it's not a surprise that the Chiefs lost the game, but it's more of a surprise of how the season's going. They're 5-5. I really do think this could be the start of the end for their dynasty, the Chiefs Kingdom. Kelsey's like 34, 35 now, but you never know. And so I think it was 2021. They started 3-4, something like that. They were 500. And I believe that was the year they still ended up making the AFC Championship. So, it'll be interesting to see how they finish the season.
I want to harp on that Kelsey point. Travis Kelsey is not the focal point of their offense anymore. He's just not. You see the Chiefs with the system. They get the ball out fast. They get the ball out effectively. And when they don't, it's Mahomes scrambling. I mean, Kelsey's more of a guy that they have there, and his role is that when they're in zones and off defenses like that, to find that void and to be a reliable guy. But he's not a guy, he's not a playmaker. Rashid Rice and Xavier Worthy are playmakers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So why don't we talk about some contenders or pretenders, some teams that we're not really 100% sure on yet. I'll start. I'm going to go with the Broncos because their record is, I guess, not really a great way of telling how good they are. I mean, they definitely showed last week that they're a good team beating the Chiefs, but they've had a lot of very close games, in the fourth quarter against the Eagles and Giants. So, I'm really not 100% sure yet on how good they are.
Yeah, I totally agree with the Broncos. They have a great schedule, but it's hard to tell with these matchups they're in, and we'll see in the up and coming games.
Agree.
What I turn to is with the Broncos a little bit. You kind of go quarterback, head coach, defense, and young quarterback, head coach that had Drew Brees and still managed to only win one Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And the defense is solid. I'll admit that. I mean, Pat Surtain back there has just been unbelievable all year. I mean, he's been the most dominant corner in the league the past 2 years.
Yeah, I think the Colts are another team that in the AFC that they definitely, I think they've looked better than the Broncos. They led by Jonathan Taylor. But at the end of the day, I really don't know if Daniel Jones can really lead a team that far. I mean, I know it's probably just from watching a lot of him on the Giants as a Giants fan. So he's definitely stepped up his game a little bit this year, but that's another team I'm uncertain on.
Well, you saw against the Steelers how 3 interceptions, 1 game. I mean, going into that, they only had 4 turnovers. Mm-hmm. And honestly, if you shut down Jonathan Taylor, you're going to have to rely on Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones hasn't showed that he's very reliable yet.
Exactly. You still see that old Daniel Jones creeping in some games, and you really have to think about, will this come back in playoff time when they're starting to play real teams that will try to shut down Jonathan Taylor no matter what, and Michael Pittman as well, and see, can Daniel Jones really show that he is the top quarterback in the league?
Yeah, so why don't we talk about some of the games this Sunday. I'll start, we're talking about the Colts right now. They're going to Kansas City, I believe, to play the Chiefs. This is a huge game for both teams. The Colts can be 9-2, I believe.
Yeah, they're 8-2 right now.
And then for the Chiefs, if they lose, they're 5-6, which is one more loss after that. They probably won't even make the playoffs if they get to their 7th loss. So that's going to be a huge game for both teams.
Yeah, I totally agree. Colts coming off of the bye week, they've had long time to prepare for how they're gonna shut down Patrick Mahomes and those receivers that you said were their big playmakers on the team. Mm-hmm. And it's really going to show, are the Colts ready to take it to the next level? Because, of course, the Chiefs aren't having a great season, but they're still, they're still the Chiefs, and they're still on that dynasty. You never know. But I think the Colts can prove this week that they're still considered a contender in the Super Bowl run.
I think they can, but won't prove it whatsoever. To be honest, you have to go into Kansas City, one of the more cold games of the year, and you have to go beat the Chiefs with Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes. Like, it's a pain for a reason. There's a reason that in big games the Chiefs seem to always come out on top. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a pattern and it's real. And I think the same thing's gonna happen this week. Like, you have a great defensive coordinator over in Kansas City in Steve Spagnuolo, and you think like Daniel Jones is going to be able to like defeat his schemes? No, he's not. Chiefs are a blitz-heavy team. They're going to blitz into the run, and Daniel Jones is going to have to sit back, identify blitzes, and throw the ball out against them, which I doubt he's capable of.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with the Chiefs. I mean, this is probably the last time I'm going to trust them. I'm not too sure on the Colts, who are led by Jonathan Taylor, who, I mean,
Running back.
you never know how he's going to do in a game like this. So yeah, this is probably the last time I'm ever going to, trust the Chiefs in it. Not ever, but this is one of the last few times I'm going to trust the Chiefs in a game like this. But yeah, this is one of their last chances all year to prove that they can still win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think with they're gonna play at the Chiefs hard stadium to play in, hard environment. And they're definitely gonna focus in on Jonathan Taylor because like that's been like a main like focus for teams, but haven't been able to stop him. So then they're really, as I said earlier, gonna have to rely on Daniel Jones, and it's not gonna turn out well for them.
Yeah, I think another game we could talk about is tonight. Actually, it's the Texans and the Bills in Houston, because neither teams look great. Like we had Super Bowl expectations for the Bills, and the Texans have just been on and off, I guess, in Stroud's rookie year. So, how do you guys think that game's gonna play out?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about how the Bills are doing, and you see that they're starting to be inconsistent, and a lot of people are starting to lose their trust in can they perform, and will they always just be that AFC Championship divisional team that can never take it to the next level. You see against the Patriots, they weren't able to get really anything going. Sure, they could put up points, but they couldn't really find a rhythm and take care of business. And the Buccaneers, you saw how Josh Allen is still capable of taking that Bills team who has lost a lot of players, injury, trades, stuff like that, especially their receivers. He can take the team to high heights, and we got to see if they're capable of going up against the Texans tonight and see if the Bills are still going to be that team that doesn't make it over.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills. Kind of the same reason I'm picking the Chiefs, just on experience and everything. I don't really see the Texans winning this game. I don't think either team's really been great. Like you said, it all depends on Josh Allen because the team's really revolving around him now. So I think it's all going to depend on how he does.
I mean, that Pats loss, like, let's be honest with ourselves here. Like, the Patriots are fired up for that game. They're 9-2. Let's not act like they lost to the Patriots team last year. That's really a tough game to win. There's not many teams that are going to be able to go into New England this year and go win a football game against that Vrabel-led team with Drake May playing the way he is. I mean, they have what have they had? 4 running backs this year. They've used Henderson, Gibson, Ramondre. Come on, that's a tough team, and they're going to be tough out in the playoffs, especially because they're going to be playing at home a lot because they're going to get a good seed, potentially the 1.
Yeah, I think I agree. The Patriots are for real. I mean, we've been talking about the Colts and the Broncos and the Patriots, all really those teams from different, probably going to be the top 3 seeds in the AFC if everything stays the way it's going right now. I believe in Drake May a lot. I believed him coming into the NFL. And yeah, I think the Patriots are, out of those 3 teams in the AFC, I think they have the best shot at winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Drake May, MVP caliber season, just keep going. Henderson's been getting well on the ground. Stephon Diggs has been playing better and better each week.
Yeah.
Then to add on with that Bills game against the Buccaneers, Josh Allen threw for 2 or 3 picks in that game as well. So something.
That turnover. If the turnover problems come back, Josh Allen's in trouble. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Their team's amazing on the ground, but if you turn the ball over, a team that runs the ball a lot, you can't do that. And that was Allen's problem at first. And if that comes back to him, then they ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about Mike Vrabel really quick and how he's transformed Patriots team into Super Bowl contender possibly, and how last year, think about it, they had what overall pick did they have in the draft?
4th.
Yeah, they had the 4th overall pick, and Mike Vrabel just just like that, comes in and transforms a team from a bottom 5 into a Super Bowl contender, putting his trust into Drake May. And don't forget about their defense. I mean, a lot of unsung heroes where they're locking down receivers, they're putting running backs behind the line of scrimmage, and they're having great weeks every week. And it's going to show against high caliber AFC offenses in the Super Bowl, and not the Super Bowl, the playoffs.
Yeah.
My bad.
I mean,
And
they're knocking down back
yeah.
there, dude. And you know what's funny? I'm really impressed about them. If you go up to someone like a casual football fan and you ask them to name Patriots players, they're going to struggle. Because, I mean, Diggs is out of his prime. You'll get Drake May now that he's become a lot more popular. Their defense, Christian Gonzalez, fairly famous. That's about all they got back there. So it's unbelievable what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just never ends. I mean, you had obviously Tom Brady in 2010s.
Yeah. Thought we were done with that.
I mean, like just quarterback-wise, they never don't have a good quarterback. I mean, they had that weird time with Cam Newton, but they came right back a couple years ago and drafted Drake May with a completely different coaching staff and everything. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, I think the best team in the AFC right now. And I think that's going to do it today. So thank you for watching another episode of the SJR Sports Podcast. I think we're good.
Yeah, good.
They're just